Your cat walks up to you and presses their head against you. Not a nudge, not a brush in passing, a deliberate, sustained press, forehead or cheek, or the side of the face, making firm contact with your hand, your leg, your face if you're at the right height. They might hold it there for a moment. They might push into you with some force, as if the contact itself is the point, rather than what comes after it. Most people interpret this as affection, and they're not wrong, but they're describing the what without the why, and the why is the part that changes everything about how you understand what just happened. Because what your cat is doing when they headbutt you, the technical term is bunting, is not just expressing warmth, they're doing something to you. Something specific and deliberate that serves a function in their world that has nothing to do with human ideas about love, and everything to do with how cats organize the things and beings that matter to them. Here's what's actually happening. Cats have scent glands in specific locations on their bodies, around the mouth, along the cheeks, on the chin, and on the forehead. These glands produce chemical signals called pheromones, which carry information that other cats, and the cats producing them, can detect. When your cat presses their face against you, they are depositing these pheromones onto your skin and clothing. They are, in the most literal sense, putting their scent on you. This is called scent marking, and in the vocabulary of cat behavior, scent marking is one of the most significant things a cat can do. Cats mark the objects in their environment that matter to them, the furniture they sleep on, the door frames they pass through regularly, the objects that have become familiar and safe. They mark these things not to claim ownership in the aggressive sense, but to layer their scent onto them in a way that makes the environment feel coherent and familiar. A space marked with their own scent is a space that reads as safe. A space without their scent is a space that hasn't been processed yet. When your cat headbutts you, you're receiving the same treatment as the furniture. You're being marked, you're being incorporated into the olfactory map of their world, the chemical record of what belongs to their territory and is therefore safe and familiar. The headbutt is your cat saying, in the language available to them, "You are mine. You belong in my world. You are marked as someone who is part of what I know and trust." That is different from what most people think is happening. Most people think the headbutt is the cat seeking contact, seeking warmth, expressing some feline version of a hug. And there is warmth in it, but the warmth is the byproduct of something more specific. Your cat is not just leaning into you, they are incorporating you into the chemical architecture of their world. Your cat is reading you constantly. Your scent, your posture, your emotional state, the micro-expressions your face makes when you think no one is watching. They build a detailed model of you, and most owners never realize how complete that model is. I put together a guide covering exactly that layer, the signals cats send and the signals they read from you that most people never learn to recognize. It's called What Your Cat is Hiding, and the link is in the description. If you've ever felt like your cat understands you on a level you can't fully explain, that guide is going to show you why that feeling is more accurate than you think. There's a second layer to the headbutt that the first explanation doesn't fully capture, and it's the layer that most people get completely wrong. The headbutt is not just a marking behavior, it is also a greeting behavior. And in feline social language, these two things are connected in a way that reveals something important about what the gesture means in the context of a relationship. When cats who know each other well and are comfortable with each other make contact, when they touch heads, rub faces, press into each other in greeting, they are doing several things simultaneously. They are reinforcing the shared scent that identifies them as part of the same social group. They are confirming the relationship through physical contact, and they are reading each other, taking in the current scent information of the other individual to update their model of that cat's state, presence, and recent experience. When your cat headbutts you as you return home, or walks up to you in the middle of an ordinary afternoon and presses their forehead against yours, they are doing the same thing. They are checking in. They are confirming that you are still you, that your scent is consistent with who you were before, that nothing has changed in a way that requires reassessment, They are greeting you in the way that cats greet the individuals they are bonded to. The headbutt directed at a stranger does not happen. Cats do not bunt people they don't know, people they don't trust, people they haven't incorporated into their world. The headbutt is reserved for the individuals who have already been assessed, already been accepted, already been marked. It is a gesture that presupposes a relationship. You cannot receive a headbutt from a cat who hasn't already decided something significant about you. This is the part most owners get wrong. They think the headbutt is an expression of what the cat wants in the moment: warmth, attention, contact. But it is not primarily about what the cat wants right now. It is an expression of the status of the relationship. The headbutt says, "You are already in my world, and I am confirming that you still are." There is something in that confirmation, the repeated, regular, unhurried affirmation that you remain within the circle of what the cat knows and trusts, that carries a different weight once you understand it. Your cat is not headbutting you because they want something from you. They are headbutting you because you are someone who gets to be headbutted. The gesture is not a request, it is a statement of status, and the status it describes is yours in their world. The pressure of the headbutt matters too. Cats headbutt with varying force. Some barely make contact, a soft graze of the cheek, while others push with real intention, forehead firmly planted. And the force does not indicate desperation or excessive need. It indicates confidence in the relationship. A cat who headbutts you firmly has made a thorough assessment and come out with a clear conclusion. You are definitively in their world. The pressure is the emphasis. Some cats headbutt more than others. This varies by individual temperament rather than by the strength of the bond. A cat who is generally more physically demonstrative will headbutt more frequently than a cat who expresses their bond more quietly. But in both cases, the headbutt, when it comes, is the same gesture with the same meaning. The frequency is a temperament variable. The meaning is constant. Cats also headbutt objects, corners of furniture, door frames, use the edges of things in their environment. And understanding this is part of understanding the headbutt directed at you. They are not doing something different when they bunt a door frame. They are doing the same thing. They are marking it as part of their world, incorporating it into the scent map that makes their environment coherent and safe. When they turn from the door frame and bunt you, you are receiving the same gesture that the door frame received. You are part of the same world. You belong to the same map. Most people, when they learn this, have one of two reactions. Some find it slightly less romantic than they imagined. The idea of being categorized alongside furniture is not everyone's preferred framing, but most people find it more meaningful, not less. Because what the headbutt is saying is not that you are equivalent to furniture. It is that you are so thoroughly part of this cat's world that you are incorporated into the same chemical architecture that makes the world feel coherent to them. You are not outside that architecture looking in. You are inside it. You are marked as belonging there. Your cat has pressed their face against you and left something of themselves on you. Not because they wanted something in return, because you are someone who deserves to carry their scent. Next time your cat headbutts you, notice it for what it is, not just warmth, though there is warmth in it. A statement, in the oldest and most specific language available to them, that you are already in their world, that you belong there, that they are confirming it. Okay, tell me in the comments, does your cat headbutt you? Where do they press? The forehead, the cheek, the chin? And do they do it with a gentle graze or with real intention? I want to hear the specific moments, because I think what people describe says something about these relationships that deserves to be said out loud. It's worth being specific about the scent glands themselves, because understanding where they are changes how you read the gesture. The glands around the cheeks and chin are the ones most actively used in bunting. They are the richest source of pheromone deposit in the face-to-surface contact. The forehead glands are slightly different. They are used more in the head press contact that happens between cats who are very closely bonded. The kind of sustained forehead-to-forehead contact that carries a different quality from a passing cheek rub. When your cat presses their forehead specifically to yours, if they do, they are using the gesture that in cat social language is reserved for the most intimate within group contact. The cheek rub as your cat passes your leg is marking in motion, efficient, continuous, adding to the scent map as they move through the space. The deliberate pause and press, forehead held against your hand or your face, is something more specific. It is the gesture that requires stillness from both parties. It is an intentional hold rather than a passing deposit, and in the body language of a species that does not offer stillness lightly, the sustained press carries weight. Or there is also a social dimension to the direction of the headbutt that is easy to miss. In groups of cats who live together and are bonded to each other, bunting tends to flow in a particular direction, from more socially confident individuals toward less confident ones, and from cats who are initiating social contact toward those who are receiving it. The cat who initiates the headbutt is taking on a kind of social responsibility in the moment, approaching, making contact, depositing scent, checking in. It is an active rather than passive gesture. When your cat initiates the headbutt with you, walks up to you, presses in, takes the moment of contact, they are doing the active thing. They came to you, they initiated, they pressed their scent into your skin because they decided that this moment in this interaction warranted it. And you did not ask, they offered. That offering, unprompted, unhurried, coming from a creature that operates almost entirely on its own schedule and its own terms, is the thing that tends to stay with people, not the mechanics of the scent glands or the social function of bunting. The fact that they came over and did it for no reason except that you are in their world, and they wanted you to carry their scent today. That is what the headbutt is, not a request, not a demand, an offering in the language they were built with, from a creature who has decided you belong in their world and is telling you so in the only way they know how. One more thing that changes how people understand this once they know it. The headbutt is mutual information. When your cat presses their face against you, they are not only depositing scent, or they are also reading scent, taking in the current chemical information your skin carries, updating their model of you with fresh data. Where you have been, what your stress level is, whether anything has changed since they last assessed you. The headbutt is a deposit and a reading simultaneously, a two-way exchange conducted in chemistry rather than language. This is part of why cats often headbutt people who have just come home, who are carrying the scent of the outside world, of other places, potentially of other animals. The greeting headbutt is in part a remarking, adding their scent back on top of whatever the outside world deposited on you. But it is also in part a reading. Who are you now after wherever you have been? Does your scent tell the same story it usually tells? Are you still you? In most cases you are. And the cat, having checked, deposits their scent and moves on, satisfied. You have been confirmed. You still belong. You are still someone who gets to carry what they left on you. That is the headbutt from the beginning to the end. A check, a confirmation, and a mark. The oldest form of belonging, expressed in the chemistry of contact between two creatures who have decided they are part of each other's world.